Welcome, welcome. I'm sure people are just getting logged on and I'm pinning a comment in the chat here. Hey, Sue. So welcome everyone that's just signing on. Happy to be here. If you're new to me, my name is Jen, and today we're going to be doing a mellow hum, which is a very relaxed flow. So you can get your space set up. I have my mat laid out behind me, and today you will want some props. You could have 2 blocks or maybe a cushion or a blanket would also work. Hey, Lola. Great. So this is donation based to support our New York City team, especially during this COVID crisis. Haven't been able to get into the studio or put our classes up on demand. So we've been streaming to you on Instagram Live. If you can donate, suggested donation is $2 to $20. And it's in the comments there. So you can do PayPal, it's nyc@hummingpuppy.com, or Venmo is at humming-puppy. And we'll go ahead and get started in about a moment. One thing I always like to remind people of is when you're especially working at home, I can't see you, I'm not there with you, so I am gonna offer a bunch of different options in class, but just choose what works for you. Not everything necessarily has to work for you, so you can skip poses or do something else if that makes sense. So just really take care of yourself today. And that's it. Let's get started. So you can head on over to your mat. I'm going to start seated on a prop. So you can sit on a block or a cushion, and I'll meet you over there. Okay. So sitting on your prop, find any comfortable seat. So that might be cross-legged or sitting on your knees. And the theme of today's class is really feeling the whole experience and moving through a transition and letting it have a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? So really feeling the whole part of the experience, not just kind of rushing to where you're going, but experiencing the journey of getting there. So we'll start with a seated meditation around that theme. Lengthen your spine and sit up really tall. You can allow your eyes to close, resting the hands on your knees. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth and sigh. We'll do 2 more like that. Breathe in through your nose. Open the mouth, sigh. 1 more time, deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh, and let it go. And just slightly place the hands on your belly. And as you inhale, expand into your belly, filling up into the hands. And as you exhale, empty out, navel draws in towards your spine. A few more like that. Inhale, filling up into the belly. And exhale to empty out from the belly. 1 more time, deep abdominal breath, expanding as you inhale. Releasing as you exhale. And bringing hands up to your ribs. So you can hold on to your rib cage. And as you inhale, expand into the ribs. Open up through the chest. And exhale to empty out. Again, inhale to expand into the rib cage. And exhale to empty. 1 more time. Inhale into the rib cage, expanding forward, side and back. Exhale to empty. And lastly, move the hands up to the collarbones, the upper chest. Breathe into the collarbones, the throat expands, inhale. And then exhale, empty out from the chest, empty out from the ribs. Again, inhale into the upper lungs, this very top part of your chest. And exhale, empty now. 1 more time, into the upper lungs, expanding into your hands. And exhale to release. And bringing hands down to your belly, we're going to put this together. As you inhale, expand into the belly, expand into the ribs, expand into the chest. And as you exhale, empty out from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. So as you inhale, fill up the belly. You can put your hands on the ribs, fill up through the ribs, fill up through the chest and the throat. And as you exhale, empty the breath top to bottom, send it back down. Again, inhale into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. And exhale, empty out from the chest, ribs, belly. You can use your hands if you like, or just rest the hands on your knees, continuing this 3-part breath, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, empty out chest, ribs, and belly. As you do this, you can imagine the breath having a beginning, a middle, and an end as you fill up top of the inhale. Then the exhale has a beginning, emptying out a middle and an end, really following the whole journey, filling up on the inhales. No rush, emptying out as you exhale. You can keep your eyes closed, bringing palms to your heart center, lifting the heart up towards your thumbs, sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth with a sigh, let it go. And then we'll inhale for the sound of Om. Om. Releasing the hands down, you can flutter open your eyes. You can come off of whatever you're sitting on and into a tabletop position, so onto hands and knees. And if I didn't mention before, we do have a Marina in the chat. She's posted a comment there. So if you do have any questions during class, Marina's live with us and can answer anything for you now. And if you do want to message me directly at any point, you can do that. It's in the comments. It's at Jen Carlin. And so we're just going to move around in tabletop position for a few moments to warm up your spine. You can arch the back in cow pose, breathing in. And then round the spine in cat pose as you breathe out. And take this at your own pace so that you can start to feel the rhythm of your own breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. If that feels good, starting to find Ujjayi, pranayama, audible sound as you breathe. And then option here to add some additional movement. If you want to move through the ribs, if you want to move through your shoulders, you can move through your hips. Right? And just checking in here how everyone's doing. Good to see you, Juliet. Great. And Erin, Kira, thanks for tuning in from home. Just take a few more deep breaths, and even if you want to sigh it out through your mouth at any point or flutter your lips, that can be really nice to release some tension. Betseda, how you doing? Right, releasing it through the mouth. You can do that at any point during class and then come back to Ujjayi again. And Ujjayi can be that nice steady place to return in and out of the nose. So we're going to do a little opening through the front body today. So you're in your tabletop position. We'll start by reaching your right arm up to the sky. So reach your right arm up. Take a little twist here. You can gaze up towards the hand. Inhale. And then thread the right arm underneath your left armpit. So threading the needle here. If it's comfortable, you can bring your head and shoulder down to the floor. You might even place a block or a towel or a cushion under your head if you need some more support. So always grab those props if you need to and find the right level of sensation for you today. Right? That kind of sweet spot in the stretch where it's just enough for you to handle, that you can relax and breathe into. So we'll be here for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. And we'll use your left hand. Press your left hand down into the mat as you reach right arm back up to the sky. So open up into that twist again as you inhale. Right hand down to the mat as you exhale. So stay here in tabletop position. We're going to take a sort of half puppy pose. So again, open up that right shoulder. So I'm going to bend my left elbow and then extend the right arm. The hips are still lifted here, and you can rest your forehead on your forearm or wherever is comfortable. Really feel the right side body lengthening as you press your right armpit down into the floor. Using gravity to relax into the stretch. Right? Not rushing to the end, feeling the whole experience of each beginning, middle, and end, right? Slowly entering the pose, sustaining the pose with your breath. One more moment. And then don't rush the end of the experience, just slowly come back out and into that tabletop position again. You can take a nice deep breath or maybe move it around if you want to do a little cat and cow, side out, whatever you need here. Then we'll switch to the other side. So lifting the left arm up, we'll come into that twist. Take another full inhale. And then we'll thread the needle, threading left arm underneath right armpit. You can bring your head down or use that prop. Hips stay lifted. See if you can move your awareness around your body, through different parts of your body, noticing how it feels. Sustaining the pose. Oh, 3 more breaths here, 3 more moments. Full inhale. Long, complete exhale. And then releasing by pressing the right hand down so that you can sweep the left arm up, opening up, inhale. Left hand down to the mat as you exhale. And we'll take that half puppy stretch on the other side. So you're going to bend your right elbow, extend the left arm out in front of you, melt your left armpit down to the floor, resting perhaps your forehead on the forearm. Slowly entering the pose so you can find the depth of the stretch that's appropriate for today. And then being there, stay there in the middle of the experience, relaxing into the shape with your breath. And as we near the end of the pose, you'll slowly transition out, take your time. And move around in any way that feels good to release. So we're in tabletop position. You can bring the big toes together and the knees apart. And very slowly transition into child's pose. First, start by bringing your shoulders forward. Inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly shift your hips back, maybe like 1/3 of the way into child's. Inhale to come forward. And exhale, slowly shift shifting back, maybe going a little deeper. And so we'll take about another 5 breaths to slowly move in. Take it at your own pace, moving the hips forward and back. I like to do a little rock from side to side. You can feel it opening up through the groin, the hips, the lower back, wherever you might be feeling it today. All right, a few more breaths. Take your time coming into it. Feeling that whole beginning, middle, and end, right? You want to enter, feel that beginning phase. And that really will shape the whole experience, how you enter the pose. It'll change the experience in the middle as well as the end, the result. So when it's time and you decide that for yourself, you can sit back into child's pose. And if you want to grab a block or a pillow or something to place underneath your forehead, that can be really nice, although not required. You could also place your forehead on the floor. And in child's pose, breathe into the back space of your body. Since we're folded forward, the breath can more easily be felt in the back of the body. So on the back of your kidneys, the lower back, expanding into the rib cage and the upper back as you inhale. And then just try to soften in this yin pose, a sense of letting go, releasing into gravity, letting the muscles and joints reset passively. And just notice the beginning, middle, and end of each inhale and exhale. Let that be your point of focus and awareness for about 5 more breaths here. And child's pose can be very symbolic at the beginning of a phase. Beginning of life as child, this kind of womb-like experience in your own cocoon, folded inward. Take one more deep breath in. Long, complete breath out. And use your hands to slowly come out of child's pose. And you can move it around any way you want. Maybe extend through the legs if that feels good, or move through your spine. Take another deep breath. Notice how you feel. Right, that kind of end phase. What is the result? So from tabletop position, we'll step the right foot forward in between your hands. This is an opportunity to use blocks if you want to keep your hands or even your fingertips on the floor. So option number 1. Option number 2, you can interlace hands on top of your front thigh. So again, we're opening up the front body, a little bit of a back bend as you lift up through the chest. And let's breathe together here. So take a deep breath in, a long, complete breath out. And then we'll inhale together for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just keep that going. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 4. Just a few more moments in your lunge. Notice what you're feeling. Try to stay with any sensation. And then we'll slowly release your hands down to the floor or to blocks. Okay. We're going to take both hands to the inside of your right foot. So move your right hand to the inside of the right foot, and then your right foot is going to move to the right side of the mat, so it's nice and wide. Right, we're setting up for lizard lunge. You might want a wider stance, so you could even curl your toes under and move the back knee a little further back. And we're going to maybe stay here. This could be enough of a stretch for you today. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you could have your hands on a cushion or a blanket, any kind of prop works here, and maybe lowering your forearms down to go a little deeper. And your heart is reaching forward. It's almost like you're trying to get your chest down on the floor. So move your awareness through your body with your breath. You can always take your time entering the poses, exiting. In our mellow classes, there's an invitation to pause and find that stillness. And when we move more slowly, we can notice a little bit more. But it takes sometimes more concentration and focus. So having the anchor of your breath, or the anchor of moving the awareness of sensation through your body, it's something to direct the mind. And we're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Really slowly to come out, and we have a whole integration, a moment to pause, so feel that end of the experience, what has shifted or changed for you. I like to do some hip circles, so you can circle it out through the hips if you like, or maybe do a little cat and cow. Okay, and then we'll prepare for the other side. So it'll be, first you're going to step the left foot directly in between your hands. So the feet are more parallel here. For our low lunge, option 1 is to have hands on the floor or on the blocks. Or if you want to lift your chest, interlacing the fingers on your front thigh. And then here you can lift your chest up while allowing the hips to come forward. So you're getting that stretch in the front of your right thigh and your right psoas muscle. Really ground down through the center of that front foot. Take a full breath in. Exhale, empty out all the air. And we'll take an inhale together for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue inhaling for 4. Slowly exhaling for 4. A few more moments. Very slowly release, take your time bringing hands to the floor or to the blocks. We're going to move into our lizard lunge. So your left hand comes to the inside of the left foot, and then move your left foot to the outer edge, the outer left edge of the mat. Make the blocks so your hands are in line with the front foot. Maybe you move the back knee a little further back. You're really grounding through the front foot. Reaching your heart forward, stay here, or you can lower yourself down onto the props. You're just balancing out the right and the left. Lengthening the heart towards the floor. And we put ourselves in these poses that sometimes are not comfortable, right? And to build some resilience, to put yourself in that uncomfortable position, to know that you can overcome it, right? To mentally be able to focus on what the sensation is that you're feeling, and distinguish what's pain and what's just sensation, and what you can lean into a little bit more and find that edge of your comfort zone, right? And finding your edge leads to more freedom, more space. So breathing here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Great. Take your time, slowly coming out. And we have a moment to feel your experience. Notice what's present for you here, and if there's any movement the body is craving, take that. Okay, we're going to lay all the way down onto your belly. So you can move your props out of the way and lay down onto your belly. You can just make a little pillow with your hands, rest your forehead down. Take a deep breath. Notice where you can feel your breath now in the body, where it's naturally forming. And then come up onto your forearms. We'll take Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, you can look over your right shoulder, center, look over your left shoulder, and start to move your head any way that feels good. Releasing any tension in the trapezius muscles, the upper back. Kind of hold our stress there. And then gaze forward again. Take your left forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Bend your right knee. You can reach back with your right hand and grab onto your foot. You can pull the foot in towards your thigh. If you want here, you can lay down, resting the forehead on your forearm. See if you can press your right hip down into the floor as you pull the right heel in towards your glute. Opening up the front of the thigh. Try to relax into the floor. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just release the foot when you're ready. Gently let it go and lay on your belly. Take a few deep breaths, noticing what's present, or maybe observing the right leg. And then come back up onto your forearms. All right, before we go to the other side, just give your head and neck a little release here. If you want to move through your shoulders, find a little twist, looking at one foot and then the other. And then we'll go into that quad stretch on the left side. So I'm going to parallel my right forearm to the top of the mat. So I can use that as a prop as I bend my left knee, reach back for the foot. All right, and you can stay here, you can lay down. different variations, different ways to take it, so you can almost be creative in the way the poses show up for you, or if you need any props here. You know your body, you're the one that's in it. The goal of these stretches is to find a place where you can feel sensation, but you can handle it, right? Something you can relax and passively release into. And then use your breath as a source of focus while we sustain the pose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing. You can bring your left arm down, make a little pillow for your head, and just relax. Take a deep breath. And we'll bend our knees so the toes are pointing straight up towards the sky. And imagine you're kicking your butt and just kind of swinging your legs, kicking your butt as if you're a toddler having a tantrum. So finding some release in the thighs. And you can let your feet be floppy, kicking your butt, having this little tantrum for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release your legs down. Take a deep breath. Slide the hands by your ribs and press your way up into tabletop position. So you can grab your blocks or you can grab your cushion. Or you can have your blocks stacked up here, you can have your cushion or even a blanket. Your hips are gonna go on top of your prop. So resting the hips on the prop and then taking your arms wide as the mat distance apart so you have space for the shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And you can gaze down at the mat. Finding the space in the chest and the upper back. And inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more breaths. Inhaling for 4 and exhaling for 4. You can use your hands for support as you press yourself back. This time, you can bring the knees together for child's pose. Right? If you prefer to do it with the knees open, you can always go back to that variation. Otherwise, maybe trying it with the knees closed. You can rest your forehead on the prop here. Slowly roll your way up to sit. So we're going to set up for some hip opening. We're going to be doing deer pose today, but if you prefer to do figure 4 on your back, that's also an option. So I'll be demonstrating deer pose, starting by bringing the right leg forward. So I'm bringing my right shin so that it's parallel to the top of the mat. And my right thigh is parallel to the side of the mat, so I'm kind of making this right angle. Same thing with the back leg. Left thigh is parallel to the top of the mat, and left shin is parallel to the side of the mat. And it can be really nice to have your blocks or a prop, like a bolster, a pillow, a blanket. And just go as deep as feels good for you today, right? If you have to do this stretch on your back, figure 4 on your back, you can always take it down there. So I'm moving in slowly, right? Really feel the beginning of this and just stop at any point. You might find that during the middle part of the pose, you can start to deepen your edge. Okay, so I have my forearms on the bolster. Right, as you start to open up, you might get a little bit deeper, or you could even remove the props as you need. So here we're going to find what's called square breath. We'll start together by taking a deep inhale. Empty out all the air as you exhale. And then we'll inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue inhaling. At the top of the inhale, hold your breath in. And then slowly exhaling. At the bottom of the exhale, holding your breath out. Square breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. You can start to lengthen the edges of the breath, lengthening the hold. Take a few more moments here. About 30 more seconds. If you find your focus moving away from the breath, you can always bring it back again. Remember that the breath is there. Last few moments. And then take your time as you transition out, using your hands to come up. Right. And you can move your prop out of the way for a moment. To integrate in between sides, I like to place the hands behind me and let a little windshield wiper of the knees from side to side. Okay, so I have my feet really wide, getting this nice little massage for the glutes. You can internally and externally rotate your legs as they move from side to side. And this little integration in between will help us transition to the other side. So when you're ready, you can just bring the knees up and over. You'll be facing the opposite side of your mat, so you might need to bring your prop with you. At the beginning of the pose, you really want to take your time to set up the alignment. And then also taking any variations if this doesn't work for you. Figure 4 on your back, or matching what you did on the first side. So my left shin is parallel to the top of the mat, the left thigh is parallel to the side, and then setting up the back leg as well. So I'm making these 2 right angles. I have my prop ready to go, and This side might be different than the other, so as you enter the pose, there's no rush. You can take anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute to get into the pose, right? Or even longer. I know my left side feels a little tighter, so I'm going to slowly enter. As we're sustaining the pose, then it might start to deepen, right? So just go to that place. That is the edge of your comfort zone. Finding your edge and then softening into that. And once you find that place that you can sustain without clenching or feeling overwhelmed, stay there and breathe into it. We'll all take a deep inhale, emptying out all the air as you exhale. And then inhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, holding it in at the top of the inhale, a comfortable amount. And when you're ready, you can slowly exhale, holding the breath out at the bottom of the exhale. Square breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold at your own pace. About 60 more seconds here. And if you have to back out of the pose, you can always do that. If you can go deeper, deepening your edge, go further. But always listening to what's true for you right now. And being honest with yourself with what's showing up. Keeping yourself safe while also moving towards the edge of the comfort zone. Stretching your boundaries and your capacity. Some days you can do more, and some days it's wise to do less. Being skillful in those choices. 30 more seconds here. Taking your time as you transition out very slowly. Notice what you're feeling here. And if you want to take that little side to side motion with the knees to release, that can be really nice. So we're going to use a prop for a supported fish pose. You can use your cushion, you can use a block. You could also use a blanket. You want the prop to be positioned in between your shoulder blades. So you're going to be opening up the front of the chest and the shoulders. So as I lay down onto this pillow here, I just want to make sure my shoulders, the shoulder blades, are on the prop, and make yourself comfortable. If you need to readjust, it shouldn't feel painful, right? It should just be a nice stretch and opening. Now my head is supported here on the bolster, on the pillow, but if your head is dangling, you might want to put another prop underneath your head, like another block or some kind of support, so you can relax into it. You don't have any part of your body that's holding itself up. And I have my feet together and the knees apart in Baddha Konasana, but if you prefer, you could also have the feet on the floor with the knees knocking in towards each other in this position called constructive rest. Right? Or some people like to just extend the legs out straight and long. So any position for the legs here. And you can feel that front body opening through the shoulders, the upper chest. Can you find that 4-part breath? So inhaling, holding the breath in at the top of the inhale, and then slowly exhaling, holding the breath out at the bottom of the exhale. And as you inhale, imagine the season of spring, new beginnings. As you hold the breath in, imagine the season of summer, heat and warmth. As you exhale, imagine the season of fall, changing leaves, letting go. And as you hold the breath out, imagine the season of winter, that pause as we transition into what's new. So continue with that meditation, seasonal breath, spring on the inhale, summer as you hold the breath in, fall as you exhale the breath out, and winter as you hold the breath out. We're in a season now. Everything is temporary and changing. Transitional, circular, has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and then we begin again. Take a few more moments for our 4-part seasonal breath or square breath. And letting that go. In whatever way is comfortable, you're going to remove the prop underneath you and lay flat on your back. So you might roll onto one side or just place the prop to the side. Comfortably laying on your back, and you can extend out through the legs, noticing how you feel. Take a nice deep breath. Bend your knees and place the feet on the floor. I have my arms nice and wide as we come into a spinal twist. Optional, you could place your blanket pillow prop in between your thighs. It adds for a little extra support. We'll start by letting the knees come up and fall over to the right. I have my left shoulder grounding. You can always readjust your hips if you need, or your shoulders. Let the head and neck be comfortable, whatever direction it's looking in. And we can come back to our meditation with the breath here. Square breath, or that seasonal breath. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Moving the awareness through your body as you breathe. And this spinal twist on your back. About 30 more seconds here. Really feel the yin experience of the pose. So it's that passive stretch, no effort involved. And then slowly coming out, you can roll onto your back and even out your hips. Pause there for a moment and take a deep breath. When you're ready to come to the other side, you can let the knees come up and over, falling over to the left. Make any readjustments that will bring more ease into the shape as you relax into the floor. And then using that focus of your attention on your breathing. And you can do our seasonal breath. Imagining spring on the inhale, the qualities of spring, maybe a memory you have of spring. Holding the breath in for the summer, heat, sensation, warmth. Breathing out for the season of fall, the transitional period. And then holding the breath out for winter, that pause, the nothingness in between. A few more moments here. One more deep breath. And you can slowly release by rolling onto your back. Even out your hips. Take a deep breath. And we'll use your prop, pillow, blanket, whatever it is, underneath the lower back for a supported bridge pose. So feet are on the floor, lift your hips up, slide your prop underneath your lower back. It's in that sacrum area at the base of your spine. Depending on what kind of prop you're using, make sure it feels comfortable. Again, it shouldn't be painful, it should feel supportive, and it should feel pretty good here. Depending on what height you need, you might want to raise or lower. You don't need really much height to get some nice benefit. So wherever you're at, that feels good is just fine. And you might want to stay here with the feet on the floor, or you can extend one leg at a time, or you can extend both legs at the same time. You might even like to reach your arms up overhead. And we can really feel the theme of today's class, that full front body opening. Right, and so as we lay here, opening up the whole front of the body, you can take a deep breath, starting from the base of your feet. Feel the inhale travel up your legs, up through the hips, up through the length of your spine, into the crown of the head, the arms and the fingertips full on the inhale. And as you exhale, send the breath back down your spine, all the way through the hips, down through the legs and the feet. Again, as you inhale, feel the breath travel up your feet, up the legs, up the length of your spine, all the way up through the crown of the head, the hands. And as you exhale, feel the breath travel back down from the chest, ribs, belly, into the hips, the legs, all the way out the feet. And then just relax, let that go. And slowly bend your knees, place the feet on the floor. When you're ready, you can slowly lift your hips. And whatever you're laying on, just place it to the side. Placing one hand over your heart, one hand on your belly. Allow the knees to come together in constructive rest. Close your eyes, just check in and notice what's present for you physically, in the body, what's present in the breath, Where's your focus, your mind, and attention? We make our way into a comfortable position for relaxation. So you could stay here, you could extend the legs, whatever is nice for you. I sometimes like to take my cushion or my blanket and place it on the abdomen. It can feel very grounding to have a little bit of weight there, so it helps to move towards that relaxation. So as you lay here on your back, or in any position that you like, take one last deep inhale through the nose. With a sigh, exhale, let it go. And noticing the place in between your eyebrows, the third eye center, the place of intuition, knowing before you know. Allow the place in between the eyebrows to soften. Allow all expression to drain from your face, relaxing the jaw and letting the tongue hang loose at the bottom of the mouth. Dropping attention down to the throat, center of communication and speech. Allow the muscles around your throat to soften and relax. Allow the back of the neck to relax and your head to be heavy. And dropping attention down to the heart center. Not the physical heart, but the spiritual heart center, right in the middle of your chest. This is the place of compassion for both yourself and for others. So as you breathe, feel that compassion flowing from your heart center out through your whole entire body. Allowing your entire being to relax into that warm, compassionate love. Feel free to remain here if you need some more time on your back. Stay in relaxation. If you feel ready to move, you might invite some movement back gently. And if you are going to come up to sit, you can roll over onto one side, pausing there, and using your hands to lift. Wherever you're at in your practice, you can place hands over your heart center. Check in with your heartbeat, your breath. Those are two things that will always be there for you. Bring you back into the present moment. So you can really be here now and just observe. We're not quite at the end, but transitioning into the end of the practice. Right? This full experience, the beginning, the middle, and end. And we'll complete that with a full round of Om, starting with a breath. Inhale. Open the mouth and sigh. And then inhale for Om.